and we're the Gorgeous Geeks. And sorry we are late with this review, but we had some family crisis issues and stuff to deal with. And okay, so this episode was called The End of the Fair, and it was a good episode. But I read a review of it, like an early review before it came on, so I was expecting something a little bit different, because I think it was either TV Line or Eon Line did the review, and they said something was going to happen with Elena and Stefan that was like Rihanna-esque. I'm like, oh Lord, Stefan's going to bite Elena to get her off his case, but that didn't happen. He just said, I don't want to be with you, which was, please don't flame me, but more Twilight-esque to me. Like, it reminded me a lot of New Moon. Stefan realized that he knew Klaus back then and that they were friends, and he had a fling for his sister.
With his sister.
And so that was interesting to find out, but not like hugely interesting. He's not as interesting as I thought he was going to be.
Who wasn't as interesting?
Stefan. I'm not saying it's not interesting, but it's not like uberly interesting. Like, the episode wasn't as uberly interesting.
I thought it was. First of all, I love them going back into the past. I love seeing the different times and the 1920s. That was really cool. I love the whole montage. I love the whole thing. And just him, how he treated that guy and made him drink his own wife's blood. That was sick.
Messed up.
That was sick. And I found it very interesting. Everything, all
I'm not saying it's not interesting. I'm just saying he's still not quite peaking to like, I had like super freaked out expectations like that previous episode before when I saw how he ripped up those girls, and it wasn't. I just wasn't.
Okay, you're freaking me out because he made a man drink his own wife's blood, and he was. He wasn't. No,
I didn't say he wasn't sick. I was just saying.
I just don't understand what you expected.
I guess
more.
I just wish there was a little bit more.
And you're sick
of everything else. I guess I'm saying
because he didn't even compel him to the point where he was like a zombie.
Why am I sick?
Like he.
I just kind of wish there was.
I don't know what else you wanted.
I guess I didn't care as much about the Stefan parts. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I found it completely interesting. Actually, I kind of find bad Stefan more interesting than good Stefan.
Well, yeah, he is more interesting.
And I love.
But he's just still doesn't compare to Damon, I guess, is the case.
Anyways, every little piece of information I find about Klaus, I just find him more and more like I just love it. I love how when Damon went to the bar to distract Klaus, and Klaus is like, I don't know how much longer I can keep my promises. Like, I love that whole moment. Like, I'm like, he's absolutely great, absolutely great. At first, I was like, why did they choose this guy to be Klaus? But it's like, I totally love him as Klaus. And then with Stefan telling Elaine, why did they say Rihanna moment? I don't get that.
I don't get it either.
Because, like, were they talking to a song about a song or something?
I don't know.
Because you said Rihanna moment, I'm thinking like Chris Brown, like beating the crap out of her.
That's what I was thinking. So that's what I was kind of on the edge, like waiting for. Maybe that's why.
Like he said what needed to be said at that moment and stuff, and
it just kind of reminded me of New Moon. That's all.
Anyways, bite your tongue.
It just kind of did. Okay, it just kind of did.
Okay.
Because that's what Edward had to say to Bella to get him off the case, because he had to leave because he figured that was how he could protect her. I am not a twihard. I was just thought it should be defended for the fact that I thought it should be defended, because you thought it was so terrible.
Stop talking about Twilight. You're making me nauseous, and I don't want to throw up on you. But anyways, I thought the episode was was good. I thought the witch Gloria, I thought that was kind of interesting because, you know, she was
using her powers and was
abusing them to make herself look younger, age slowly. And so I thought that was interesting.
It was interesting the method that Caroline's father was using to try to help her by relating her thirst for blood with pain so she could control it. And I don't know if that's just something within his twisted mind of trying to help her, or if that could genuinely work out.
Yeah, when he was torturing her, I was starting to wonder, like, what if what he's saying is actually true? But I was starting to think, well, if what he is doing actually works, then wouldn't it be nice to mention a vampire that it actually worked on, but he never did. So,
well, why would he want to help a vampire like that? Why wouldn't... I mean...
So he was experimenting on his daughter. I was just glad...
What? Well, in his mind, what other option does he have?
Well,
it's like he has to train her like a dog so she can live, or otherwise he's going to have to stay her. That's probably what's going on in his mind.
Yeah, and then her, I was so glad when her mom showed up, and she's just like, that's my daughter. And, you know, and then Tyler came to the rescue and got her out and stuff. And so...
should have shot him.
Yeah, I wanted him to die. He's clearly going to be a problem. Like, I wanted him to die. Get rid of him.
Now who's sick?
Yeah.
Clearly wanted this human being to die. We found out that Elena's necklace that she treasured so much was actually belonged to Klaus' sister,
who was actually a talisman for. Well, actually, no. It was something that they needed for the original witch to find out I guess, get information from the original witch to find out what went wrong with his plan. And so Stefan is like on pins and needles, you know.
Yeah, because it's all gonna
go back to Elena at the end of the episode.
So I wonder how she's gonna feel about when she's like, this belonged to another girl.
Yeah,
she was mad when she found out she looked just like Catherine.
Yeah, well, Klaus, and you also found out that Klaus, he really does want a companion. Like, he'd always, you know, which is kind of common in every vampire story. Like, they always want a companion. They always want a partner, somebody they could, you know, be around. But the thing about it is that if he can't control people, or if, you know, in some type of way, you know, then they're gone.
Yeah.
He's like, if I can't know for sure that I can't 100% loyally, that you're not gonna be 100% loyal to me or trust me, then you're gone. You're dead. Like, you're out of here. And then, you know, when if he brings you back, then I brought you back, so don't have an attitude about it, kind of thing. So.
And then you found out that Klaus was running from something, and a hunter, and it's like, who the heck would be great enough to hunt him?
Yeah, especially when you thought that he was completely invincible, other than the, you know, powers of, you know, 1,000 witches coming, and
if he's still paranoid and still trying to build his army and so on, and is afraid of losing his power, then is there a way that this hunter is still around, or is it something that's like passed down from generation to generation, or is this like a mortal human being or just an immortal hunter who's hunting them down? So it's interesting that Klaus is afraid of something.
Yes. I did discover one thing while watching.
Especially since Elijah spent so much time trying to get the witch thing with the... Yeah, Elena has to die, we have to do it at the right moment, and so on and so forth, when there's a hunter out there who Klaus is really afraid of.
Well, if the hunter could be trying to kill all the originals.
Well, yeah, that's true, but it's just an interesting development.
It is. And I did realize something in this particular episode. I like Klaus a lot, and I don't want him to die. I know that probably will need to happen, but I really like his character a lot. So that's just one more for the supernatural. Because I don't want Caroline to die either. So, dang. Okay, anyways, I'm Katrina.
I'm Christina, and we're the Gorgeous Geeks.